Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to start off this video by saying thank you all so much for 1K! Oh my gosh! And now I'm almost at 1.5K. Like it's so... I don't know, I'm honestly speechless. I'm so happy. I just appreciate it so much, and you all have you've been so kind in the comments and supporting. And honestly, from the bottom of my heart, just thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm already starting to work on more content for y'all, so I'm excited to announce that in the future. I was not expecting to be doing these types of things. I thought I would be doing it months from now, and it's so unbelievable. So thank you all so much. So anyways, on to the video. Today I'm going to be building a floating neighborhood. This is going to be the first part of 2 videos. So if you want to see more videos from me, please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you're interested in any codes you see in the video, they'll always be linked in my description, as well as all of my social medias. So with that, let's get this build started. Okay, so this is the area that we're working with. This is directly to the right of the sunken path to my secret beach. So this area is super messy, so I hope it doesn't bother any of you, and I hope that you can still get the gist of how to start the terraforming. So I already have this cliff built up here, as well as these 2 pieces of land connected to the cliff. This is where the huge lake was on my last island, so I'm just building off of that. So basically, if you want to replicate this build, start with the cliff going vertical rather than horizontal, if that makes sense, and completely waterscape the lower level to create a lake. So besides already having the large portion of terraforming complete, I'm starting with shaping the cliff and placing waterfalls where I want them to go. So the goal of this build is to create a small neighborhood on top of individual islands. I'm so excited to show you all my map when I'm done terraforming, but basically a quarter of my island is going to be completely water. It's basically going to be a huge lake at the back of my island. So currently I'm mapping out where the first house is going to go, which is up on this ledge. And most of this video is going to be waterscaping, so yes, I will actually have time in this video to do the Animal Crossing Q&A that I have been talking about. So let's jump into that, and then if I have anything to say about the build, I'll just pop back in. Okay, so the first question is, what is the name of your island? My island is named Homely. Who is your favorite villager and least favorite? My favorite villager is Maple, and my least favorite, by far, is Harry. Okay, we have beef. He's very rude. Very rude, okay? The next question is, who is your favorite NPC and your least favorite? My favorite is probably between Harvey and Pascal, and my least favorite is definitely Label. Who were your starting villagers? My first villagers were Sly, the camouflage alligator, and Agnes. What is your favorite thing to do in the game? I really like terraforming. That's probably my favorite thing to do. If you could be any type of villager, who would you be? Okay, honestly, I would definitely be a lazy. Oops. When did you start playing the game, and is this your first Animal Crossing game? I started playing the game the day it came out, and this is not my first Animal Crossing game. I played New Leaf before this. How many islands have you had, and what were their themes? Okay, I'm gonna have to count it out because I have no clue, because I've had so many different islands. Not completed. Most of them, yes, completed, but still. My first island was just a normcore island. And then my second island was cottagecore. My third island was a national park. My fourth island was a Christmas island. My fifth island was Springcore. My 6th island was a blue island that I barely even got close to finishing because that's when the update came out and I just decided to restart. And then after that was my grandma core island, and then my autumn island came after that, and this one currently is my forest core island. So I have had 10 islands. Okay, I did not know I had that many. That is a lot. Oopsies. What is your favorite theme and your least favorite theme? Okay, this is very hard, so I'm just going to base it off the islands that I have done. So my favorite theme by far was my last island, which was a autumn farming island, and my least favorite definitely was my Christmas island. Do you time travel or use treasure islands? I do time travel, but I don't use treasure islands. Do you restart or flatten when starting a new island? I always flatten my island, I never restart. Do you prefer fishing or bug catching? Definitely bug catching. Fishing kinda ticks me off, not gonna lie. Are any areas of your museum complete? Yes, the art section and the fossil section are completely finished, and I'm almost done with the fish section. What is your favorite flower, bush, and fruit? My favorite flower is probably the orange hyacinths. Favorite bush is the olive tea bush, or whatever it's called. And my favorite fruit is probably peaches. What is your native flower and fruit? My native flower was roses, and my native fruit is pears. What is your favorite season in game? I really like the fall, but an unpopular opinion is I really do like winter as well. What is your favorite time of day in the game? I really like sunset. What is your favorite KK song? By far my favorite song is Marine Song 2001, but the catchiest song by far, okay, is Bubblegum KK. Don't even try to fight me on that one. What is your current villager lineup? Okay, I'm in the process of changing out my villagers so that they better suit this island more. But currently I have Eric, Olive, Molly, Dottie, Blair, Fang, and Maple. So I'm going to be changing out the villagers from my last island to Paulo, Tad, and possibly either Grizzly or Nan, depending on who I find. The next question is, what is your next theme? I might be doing a winter theme next, but I'm not 100% sure, so don't hold me to that. But I do have a list, actually, of some themes that I would like to do eventually, but there are just so many, it's hard to do everything that you want to do. Oh no, these next few questions are literally going to get me canceled, so I apologize in advance, but a popular villager that you don't like? Okay, I'm gonna say it. Raymond is not my favorite. Okay, I'm sorry. An unpopular villager that you do like, because we love a modern art queen. I really love Naomi, and for some reason so many people don't like her, but I don't know why. What is an unpopular opinion you have about the game? Just the thing that comes off the top of my head, because so many people have problems with it. I don't care if you time travel or use treasure islands or mod your Switch. Whatever you want to do to make you happy and to continue playing the game, I'm all for. And the last question is, what would you want to see added to the game? And honestly, so many things, probably just like everybody else wants, but my main thing would probably be any type of convenience update. So, for example, like being able to travel island to island when you're villager hunting instead of having to go back to the airport, or instead of having to buy a max of 5 items at a time and then sit through a long thing of dialogue again that you already went through, instead just being able to type in the amount that you want. You know, just any type of convenience thing to make the game easier to play. And that is the last question, so I'm going to be jumping back into the video and showing you all what's going on. So I've decided I wanted to get rid of this piece of land near the front because it just looked more dramatic and achieved the vibe I was going for if I got rid of it, which is having everything as far away from the lookout point as possible. I also built up this cliff, which is going to go all the way across my island, but I'm just building up this side for the video. And I extended the lake all the way to the edge of my island. I moved Fang's house onto this cliff edge, Molly's house is already in the middle of this bottom lake, and Eric's house is off all the way to the right side. And this is the final terraforming of this area. So the first thing I'm doing is planting trees and placing a few bushes and flowers around. I'm also laying out larger pieces of custom codes where I know I want larger items to go. There will be a decayed tree here to make this area fuller. And up here at this house, I'm adding this wood panel code that would usually be used in interiors, but I like that the wood matches the bottom trim of the house. I added some pathing to make it look like it's going under the patio to add more depth. On the side of the house, I'm adding a barrel with a flat mushroom and adding a black bunny. I don't like that you can't see its eyes, but it's far enough away to where no one will notice. And I'm adding this branches code with a stick on top, along with a stacked bag with firewood on top and a bucket in front. On the right side, I'm adding a birdhouse with a bush in front of it because I don't like the base of it. I like this item in general, but I always think it's too tall and kind of hard to use. So I guess that's a tip if you're having problems using it. And over here, I'm adding a beehive and wasp nest. Then moving to the bottom level, I'm moving over the ladder to accentuate this cliff and adding a bush with flowers in front. The flowers add a bit more than a regular bush, so I try to be conscious of where I'm putting the blooming bushes. I like to add log stakes sort of lining the water edge, if that makes sense. And in the back here, I'm adding a wooden partition layered with the clay furnace, and I'm adding a decayed tree, and this island is done. On this next island, I'm starting with adding a smoker because I like how this item looks in industrial areas. Then in front of the house, I'm adding a dirt patch. On the left side, I am adding yet again another barrel with the DIY bench in front of it. This island is more like barrel core at this point than forest core, but it's just such a versatile item, I love it. Then I'm adding some of this grass path with the wooden storage shed in front. I said this in my island tour video, but I like to add extensions, I guess you would say, onto houses. Like, you can extend a house with the storefront on the side or the wooden storage shed in front. I'm adding this step code and also this mud code here so that the tire looks dirty. And this is the finished island. On to the next island, I'm starting with something that I end up not keeping because the colors didn't match here, but anyways, I'm adding this grass patch here because I thought I was going to put a decayed tree here. Spoiler alert, I didn't end up putting a decayed tree here. I ended up putting it over here. I added this wooden partition and then put the grass path here, and I just like how it goes up onto the rocks. And I'm adding a puddle code and a bucket. And I'm adding another barrel here, of course, with the garden faucet in front. I really like this combo. It ends up looking like one single item. And of course, I'm adding the paw print path because it's just so adorable. And I'm adding another dirt patch in front of this house with a slightly different shape. I'm adding a wooden plank because the path will eventually come up this way along the beach. And no area on this island is complete without the notorious decoy duck, so I'm just putting that here. Now I'm going back and fixing the terraforming that I used to access the islands easier. And And I also decided I didn't want to use the decayed tree, so I ended up using the log bench with the recycled paper bundle on top. Now, I totally forgot about this part, but I'm just finishing up this cliff edge by adding a mum cushion acting as a lily pad and some foliage. I'm adding a tree sapling on this dirt patch, and this area is completely finished. Thank you for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, and hitting the notification bell to be notified anytime that I post. I just have to say again, thank you all so much for the support. I am so grateful for every single one of you. I hope you all have a fantastic day. See you next time. Bye!